So the characters in Hazbin Hotel are definitely have an interesting idea of how they should be ranked. Mainly because people like to rank them based on the character. However, I'm gonna rank them by how powerful they are. Basically just who's powerful than the other character. And I noticed like this whole chart thing of like, oh well, overlords are telling these things and obviously Lucifer's the top. Oh, I get that. I might take into consideration. However, I'm wondering like which characters would stack on top of each other. So let's explain the tiers. So S tier is like 100% losing, you're not gonna win. A tier, like few punches, but you gotta lose. B, close, but they win. C, close, but you win. D, it's gonna be fairly easy, although you might get hit a little, but you'll win. F tier, they're basically the bones made out of glass. So now with that out of the way, let's get these things ranked, starting off with... Oh. Well, this is not what I was hoping for. Okay! Alright. This is gonna be interesting. So basically, the thing is... What do we do in this scenario? I mean, like, obviously, like, I guess the only powers they have, I think, at the moment is, like, they can be bigger. However, one of them's already dead, so... Maybe D? Although I'm not sure, like... But what I'm seeing, considering, you know, they could probably crush you. Yeah, put them in C for now, because we don't... Because again, these are, like, Lucifer's creations, so we're not quite sure. Katie killed you. Okay. I feel like, considering we don't know much about her. We don't know, like, her power scale. We know that she can grow extra appendages, but that's about it. So, I want to say, like, just for that, maybe a C? It'd be pretty close. I'm not sure who'd win, though. Susan. I think Susan's gonna be easy. You could beat up an old lady. It's not gonna be hard. Someone's gonna take it out of context. I just know it. I just know it. Someone's gonna take it out of context. Okay, yeah. I think it's safe to say, no one's gonna survive loot. But could you get a few punches in? Maybe a couple. But I think in the end, you probably would not. No one would make it out of there. Loot. Okay, Angel Dust. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see. So his abilities as of now is that he can grow an extra pair of limbs, shoot guns, and we do know these like little freckles here, like, are actually his eyes. So might want to take that into consideration. However, I think for the most part, like we're probably not, I'm not gonna win. Maestro, we don't know your power set. However, considering the fact that he's an overlord, I would say pretty powerful. We'll put him in B for now, considering, again, we don't know his power scale. We're just gonna assume, yeah, he's an overlord. Alistair, yeah, you're not, no. No one's surviving Alistair. You're not gonna get any punches in. Like, it'd be rare for anyone to get a single hit on him at all, so. Vaggie, ooh, okay. I think Vaggie... Yeah, you're not... Maybe you can get a couple punches in, but I think ultimately Vaggie would win. That's a solid one in my... It makes sense. Okay, I don't know your power set. What do you do? How strong are you? How strong? Where's that beef? How do you do in a fight? Is the question. C, I guess we'll put her in C, considering, or, yeah, I mean, like, she seems to be, like, an average, I think both sisters, like, seem an average. Okay, Husk, alright. This point's interesting, because, while he was an overlord, he's not anymore, he does have quite a bit of powers. So, I want to say you can maybe get a couple punches in, but I think, ultimately, you're not gonna do fair in it. I am not good. Sarah, okay. This is another one that obviously you're not gonna win. I think Steve said that Sarah, while I don't think she'd be down for a fight if it only came down to that, I think it's safe to say that you would definitely not make it out alive. Lilith, okay. Again, we need to bring in a chart. However, we don't. There is like a hierarchy chart. No, it's been popular when it passes getting the characters. However, the thing is, when it comes to Lilith, we have not seen her, like, do anything in the show, like, power-wise. But just considering the fact that, you know, she is Lucifer's husband, we gotta have to put her in S for now, just by default, I guess. Okay, Nifty. I think Nifty's gonna be a very hard one to beat, and the main reason is it's because like she's so small. I don't think many people will be able to get that much of a grip on her. So yeah, I think that's gonna be our best bet. You're not gonna get much of Nifty for fight. Celestial, okay, again, another Overlord. Someone who we also don't see much powers of, but from what we do see, yeah, it's fair to say I don't. You could be lucky to get a couple punches in, but I don't think you would be able to, do my. Do I? Okay. I'm just gonna look. I want to fight this. It would win immediately, because I'm not gonna fight it. Okay, another one. There's no way I'm winning. Okay. Rosie. We don't know her power scale. Again, Overlord, so we have to take that into consideration. We'll put Rosie in B for now, because again, we don't have to see much of her power. Like we know she has a big army, which if she's gonna bring down to fight, then yeah, absolutely, I'm definitely gonna be screwed over that. This character, who are you? This is really wish this thing was because I don't know your power scale. You're going over here, I guess, because we don't know you. Mimsy, maybe. I mean, look at her. She's short. It's gonna be a fairly easy fight. Benches. Okay. My boy. My boy. My little sneaky boy. Alright. So, Penches is not really much of someone who does fisticuffs often. He's more like on his weapons and like gadgets, which I do think is very powerful in a lot of cases. So I'm gonna say let's put him in B because I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Because like he was pretty close to killing Adam in the season 1 finale, so just remember that. It's close. Velvet is also another interesting case. Like her power, like we didn't see much of her what she could do in season 1. However, season 2 definitely showed it. Quite a bit using social media as like some sort of like a power scaling weapon, which I do think is a very not only interesting but also pretty powerful. Considering social media is very these days, so yeah, definitely an A tier. But you have to get some punches in. Okay, I think Sherry has explosions, so just the amount of explosions, I think it's gonna be a fair fight, but she will ultimately win. Yeah, that's just a head. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. Again, King of Hell, you're not gonna win. No one's winning against him. You're not gonna win. This would technically make him the most powerful character, as of now. As of now, at least, I think, right? Yeah. Time Trench, we don't know your power scale, so you're going in the D. We don't know what Tom Trench's powers are, like, if he even has any. Like, can he do anything? Maybe he can, puff out smoke, scarecrow style, I think. I don't know. Alright, next up we have Valentino. Okay. Val is, again, similar to Velvet. We didn't see much of his fighting style, and then, slapping children numerous times. And we know his wings definitely be used, but we don't really know, like, much. I mean, okay, actually, he does have, he can, use this sort of, like, love potion that comes out of like, some sort of saliva. So, I guess that would be interesting. Ultimately, I do think it's a fair fight. Or would he be the weakest, actually? I think he might be the weakest of the Vs, in my opinion. So, yeah, we'll put him in a B. Or do I want to put him in A? Yeah, I'll put him in A because, he's got, like, an extra pair of arms. So, okay. Yeah. I think it's no competition that Vox is definitely going to be the most powerful level Vs. Because think about it. It's the Media Overlord. He's definitely done a lot of stuff. His hypnotic eye is very powerful. Is used to mind control and hypnotize other characters. Like we see with Angel Dust. He defected. He was a victim. And just as, and not to mention, like, the second half of season 2 definitely showed, like, how much of his power scale is. However, he does need to bring. However, I will admit he does need to bring it, because even when he's done, he always just, like, think every time I'm like, oh right, I am getting a phone call. Hold up. Hello. Not much. I don't know. Nah. Gonna finish these up. Nah, I'm just kind of. I'm just on VR right now, so. Yeah. Alright. Yep. I'll get it done after I finish this. Okay, bye. Yeah, bye. Alright. Let's see. So, we got everything set up. Let's gonna finish this up. Anyways. So, again, back on Charlie. She's very powerful to say the least. Like, from like little we've seen with her, with like how powerful she is definitely on top. Because again, .fl, gonna be hard. Carmella's another interesting case where, like, she doesn't really do. She's powerful and agile with her skills and, you know, her heals. So I think it's safe to say that she would absolutely kick everyone's butt. Say Peter, the guy looked like a freaking twink. He's not. I don't think he's gonna win that much, but maybe you'll be nice if you're lucky. And yeah, boys, just one quick kick and boom, you're down for the count. Adam, you died. Adam died, so he died from a freaking man. Actually, I mean, considering she's all the way up there, and I guess it's trying to make sense. I want to say like he's gonna. I say it'd be somewhat of a close fight, but we're gonna put him. Okay, B tier for Bremen. Yeah, and then we have the other sister. Was this one Colette or Adele? What? Which one's which? I can't remember. All right, last two characters. Emily. Okay. We don't see her. Don't see like much of her powers. Like we know she created like. She was able to like make some like egg boys for pinches in season 2. I think she can create portals and like do some other sort of magical stuff. I don't know. I think we can put her in a B tier because like or maybe A tier considering she's also like a seraphim. And then we have one last character being Miss Zizi. And that character we don't, you know, have a lot of to go off of, but what we do know is that she is strong. And she can grow different sizes, according to the box, so, like, according to some scenes. So yeah, safe to say, I think she could be definitely, and again, being an overlord, and I think the ability just to grow into, like, any size amount. Oh, like, is there, like, a limit to, like, how big she can get? That's what I'm curious about. Or, like, how small can she be? So, I also want to take that into consideration. So anyways, I think for now we could put her in the A tier. And there we go. That is the entire that's me power scaling the entire thing. And I was gonna like try to go for like who's more powerful than who, but then I realized that'd be way too complicated. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Don't forget to do the usual like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is more powerful? And I'll see you guys later. Bye.